Thanks. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hey, you know something people don't talk about in public anymore? Pussy farts. Anyway, now listen, I've been out there doing my usual thing, you know, running all around the country, city to city, town to town, theaters, concert halls, casinos, busy as a dyke in a hardware store. All right? And as part of all that activity, as part of all of that, last year, about a year ago, I did my 12th HBO comedy show in the last 25 years. 12 out of 25. Thank you very much. Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I try to average about 12 of them every quarter century. And I'm right on schedule. Now, reason I mentioned that, reason I bring that up is because about a little less than half of the material you hear tonight, it will be stuff from that show, the better things I think that I've kept in since that time. And the other portion, slightly more than half, for those of you who aren't into the mathematical thing real deeply, will be newer material that's been written and developed since that time. And I mentioned that, yeah. All right, good. See, that's why I mention it, because some folks like to know those things as the show's getting started. So it's about a half and half deal here. Hey, did you ever notice up on the barn, they got a weather vane up there? And by the way, I don't do transitional material. You probably picked that up right away, huh? Yeah, I just kind of go right into the next topic. And at this moment, we're on barns. But you might have noticed up there on the barn, they got that weather vane, and usually it's a rooster or a cock. You know, it's the same animal, isn't it? It's just a different name for it. You know why they got a cock on a weather vane? Well, it's because if they had a cunt, the wind would blow right through it. Oh, yeah. A lot of people don't know that. That's why I travel around so much. I'm here to entertain and inform. Reminds me of something my third grade teacher said to us one day, you know. She took us all aside and she said, "You show me a tropical fruit and I'll show you a cocksucker from Guatemala." No, that wasn't her. That was a guy I met in the Army. I'm sorry, I always confuse those two people. My baby takes a morning shit. She says it keeps her really fit. She feels real good till almost 10, and then she takes a shit again. Yeah. I've been trying to work a little music into my show. People like variety. Here's a song my mother used to sing around the house. Your love ran down my leg and now you're gone. Yeah. Kind of a sad song, you know. Well, she was singing it in self-defense. My father used to walk around singing, "I should have fucked old what's-her-name." He liked the sentimental tunes. I wrote a sentimental song. Think the title might be a little heavy-handed. We kissed and my balls exploded. Huh? What do you think? Too specific? Anyway, Some of you know this already, but I'll tell you anyway, and that is I don't talk about myself a whole lot during my shows, you know? It's not my style. But I had an incident in traffic recently that I think I ought to tell you about. And there are a couple things about me you ought to know. First, I drive kind of recklessly. I take a lot of chances. I never repair my vehicles, and I don't believe in traffic laws. So I tend to have a kind of an elevated number of traffic accidents. And last week, I either ran over a sheep or I ran over a small man wearing a sheepskin coat. And I don't know because I didn't stop. I do not stop when I have a traffic accident. Do you? Huh? Do you? No, you can't. Hey, who has time? Not me. I hit somebody, I run somebody over. I keep moving. Especially if I've injured someone. I do not get involved in that. I'm not a doctor. I've had no medical training. I'm just another guy out driving around looking for a little fun, and I can't be stopping for everything. Well, let's just look at it logically. Let's be logical about it. If you do stop at the scene of an accident, all you do is add to the confusion. These people you ran over have enough troubles of their own without you stopping and making things worse. Leave these people alone. They've just been in a major traffic accident. The last thing they need is for you to stop and get out of your car and go over to the fire, because by now it is a fire, and start bothering them with a lot of stupid questions. Are you hurt? Well, of course they're hurt. Look at all the blood. You just ran over them with 1.5 tons of steel. Of course they're hurt. Leave these people alone. Haven't you done enough? For once in your life, do the decent thing. Don't get involved. Well, in the first place, it's none of your business. Simple as that. The whole thing took place outside of your car. That's right. Legally speaking, these people you ran over were not on your property at the time you ran them over. They were standing in the street that is city property. You are not responsible. If they don't like it, let them sue the mayor. And besides, it happened back there. It's over now. Stop living in the past. Do yourself a favor, count your blessings, be glad it wasn't you. And I'll give you a practical reason not to stop. You need a practical reason? If you do stop, sooner or later the police are going to show up. Is that what you want? Huh? Waste even more of your time standing around filling out forms, answering a lot of foolish questions, lying to the authorities? And by the way, who are you to be taking up the valuable time of the police department? These men and women are professionals. They're supposed to be out fighting crime. Stop interfering with police work. And besides, didn't anyone else see this accident? Huh? Are you the only one who can provide information? Surely the people you ran over caught a glimpse of it at the last moment, don't you think? So let them tell the police what happened. They're a lot closer to it than you are. There's no sense having two conflicting stories floating around about the same dumbass traffic accident. Things are bad enough. People are dead, families have been destroyed. Time to get moving. Now, on the other hand, if I should be out driving around looking for a little fun and I see an accident, one that I'm not involved in, I stop immediately. Well, I want to get a good look at what's going on. I enjoy that sort of thing. Someone else is injured, I want to take a look. I am Curious George. People don't like that, though. You know, police don't like it. They say you're rubbernecking. They say you're blocking traffic. Never mind that shit. I want to take a look. I'm never too busy that I can't stop to enjoy someone else's suffering. And I'll tell you something else, and you might not like this, but as far as I'm concerned, the bigger the accident, the better it is. Well, I'm looking for a little entertainment. You know my favorite accident? 2 buses and a chicken truck. Get hit by a circus train in front of a flea market. Well, I want to see something interesting. I'm looking for a neck sticking out of a gas tank. If I'm going to take the time to stop, I expect a couple of fucking laughs. And if my car should happen to be in such a position where I can't quite see what's going on, can't get a good enough look, I'm not the least bit shy about asking the police to bring the bodies over a little closer to the car. Pardon me, officer. Would you fellows mind dragging that twisted-looking chap over here a little closer to the car, please? My wife has never seen anyone shaped quite like that. Look at that, sugar lips. That's his rib cage sticking out of the glove compartment. Thank you, officer. That will be all now. You can throw him back on the pile. We'll be moving along. And off I go out onto the highway, looking for a little fun. Perhaps a tanker truck filled with human waste will explode in front of the Pokemon factory. Thank you. I appreciate that. Reminds me of something my grandfather used to say to me, you know. He'd look at me and he'd say, "Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm going upstairs and fuck your grandma." Well, he was just a really honest man. He wasn't gonna bullshit a 4-year-old. Hey, here's something you guys will recognize. You know the worst thing in the world is when you get the soft skin of your penis caught in the zipper of your pants. Oh, ain't that awful? Goddamn. You know what's even worse? Trying to get it loose. Pulling the zipper in the opposite direction. 'Cause this time you gotta do it on purpose. I say, fuck it, I'll stay home today. Yeah? I'll lock myself in the freezer. Maybe the pain will pass.